Ruth chapter 3, here you see Ruth as a godly, spiritual woman taking the initiative in offering herself to Boaz to marry her. She comes to him while he's sleeping on the threshing floor after the harvest, and she uncovers his feet and lays herself down and puts his bit of blanket, as it were, over herself. And then she basically offers herself to him as a wife so that he might redeem her. And he says, well done, that you did not go after young men, whether poor or rich. In other words, there was a spiritual basis of their relationship. And of course, Boaz also had taken notice of her and has said to her before, I so respect you that you so love the God of Israel and that you're caring for your mother-in-law when you don't need to. So Ruth then represents us taking the initiative. It was unheard of for a woman to offer herself to a man to get married. She took the initiative. And that is, in a sense, what we have to do. But when you take that initiative with God, as you go out to try to find God, you find him coming toward you, because God is in search of man. As he said, I found David, my servant. Run around in the streets of Jerusalem, he tells Jeremiah, to see if you can find someone for me. He found Israel in the wilderness. He is the woman in the parable who sweeps her house and searches for her lost coin, the shepherd who searches for his lost sheep until he find it. So, God is in search of man, and we are in search of God. And when we meet, it's electric. There's this electric spark, just as there was when Ruth and Boaz came together. She was searching for him. She wanted him. He wanted to redeem her. She wanted to be redeemed. And as the parable says, when the shepherd finds his lost sheep, he calls his neighbours together and they rejoice, just as there is rejoicing amongst all the angels of God in heaven when one sinner repents. So this is the wonderfully personal nature of our meeting with God, of our engagement with him and with his dear Son, that God is in search of man. And yet we are in our own weak way apparently taking the initiative in searching for God, but when you take that initiative, he is coming toward you. Going out to meet him. I met him coming toward me, as the Yiddish proverb says. That is how it is.